Video number 2. I just drove 2 hours from Birmingham to London. So I got my car serviced today. And what was I gonna say? I was just thinking about how funny it is. There's something about making a video and looking at other people on YouTube and just realizing that they all did exactly the same thing as me. They made a video, then uploaded it to YouTube, and then other people watched it and said something about it. And it just, everyone is sharing made up things. Everyone is sharing what they think is true, what they think is right, what they believe, or their expertise, or what even does that mean, knowing some more about something. But it just feels like a leveler, like the great leveler. There's lots of great levelers, right? And this potentially isn't that great. But for me, just realizing, I guess I put a lot of people on pedestals, or I have done, and a lot of the pedestals, there has been a lot of taking people off pedestals, exes, friends, teachers, old teachers, celebrities at times, pedestals, and how that really doesn't serve me, doesn't serve them, doesn't really serve anyone. Not that it's about serving, but it doesn't really work. It doesn't. And what do I mean by work? It just doesn't bring me joy. It doesn't do anything positive. But there's this putting people on pedestals thing, and slowly people are starting to come off pedestals, and it's always when I see, it's always the same thing. It's always when I recognize myself in them. Imperfections, struggles, processes. It's not just about like pulling them back down to my level. It's not really about pulling anyone back to any level. It's not putting me up a level. It's got nothing to do with levels, actually. It's more just like oh, we're the same. Not the same, but we hold the potential of everything within us all. The potential for everything is within us all. And some people, and everyone expresses those different potentials in different ways, in different amounts maybe, or different times. It looks different, but the energy, the frequency of these things, it's felt, it's seen, and as soon as I see someone and I understand why they did something, and usually I understand why someone's done something because I see it in me. I see, accept it in myself. And that's when someone comes off a pedestal. That's when someone is almost, if I've either put them on a pedestal or the opposite, I've put them below me. That happens a lot. It's like this constant checking, up, down, up, down, up, down. Against, like, are they good today? Are they bad today? Are they above me? Are they below me? Am I better? Am I worse? Am I better? Am I worse? And when I can see I can see the experience someone else is having is similar or the same as something that I've had, then it's the great leveler. It's like, oh, we're the same. We might express those things differently. They might hold different weight to us. some people find sadness easier to hold and be with than others. Some people find sadness really difficult. But if we can see that, okay, yeah, that's that sensation. And then even the idea of finding things difficult, like, okay, maybe I don't relate to someone who doesn't find sadness difficult, or anger. Someone's like, yeah, no, anger's easy for me. I'm like, what? I don't get it. And they're like, but I find sadness really hard to feel, to express, to allow within me. I'd be like, well, I find that difficulty in anger. And so even though, the leveler is not the sadness, it's not the emotion itself, it's the relationship to the emotion. It's the way we experience that thing. Sometimes it's not the thing we experience, but the way we experience the thing that is the leveler. I'm coming on Facebook, YouTube. As soon as I come on, I see different people, and I recognize I see different people's videos, and I recognize immediately. I see someone and I think, oh, they're good at that. They're better than me because they're good at that, or they are better because they know that. And then I realize, like, maybe some people might think I know particular things. I mean, probably not, because I don't present myself that way. I don't know. Maybe I do. Maybe I'm seeing it in other people, maybe I do, but there's this like assertiveness that people have, and I have this, absolutely. This assertiveness, like, I know this thing, and there is that sense at times, but there's also a greater sense underneath that I don't know anything, that I'm just making it up. This is just happening. I don't really know the words about to come out of my mouth. I'm not planning anything. The idea of planning is kind of fake news, not real. People just keep getting knocked down off pedestals, and everyone seems just to be the same. All just having experiences that we're trying to deal with in the ways that we were given and that our energy body has. We're just playing the same game, and no one is better or worse. And it's like, it's interesting how all of these things these platitudes, everyone's just trying their best. God, like, I really get that more and more and more and more and more. Everyone's trying their best with the tools that they have, with the experiences that they had. No one could do any different than they are. Not possible. Not possible. It's not possible for someone to try and do different than they are doing. No matter how bad it looks. Even the people on the world stage doing terrible things, causing harm to so many. They are a product of their upbringing. They are a product of society, the world around them, their genetics, the weather, the day they were born, like, just all the things. Every day of humanity brought us to this exact moment here, right now, and everything that's happening, and everybody, the way they are and the way they're not. Nothing could have been any different. And I mean, I say that, but I don't know. Here's me being the certainty. I don't know. It seems that way to me, because to hear, to this, to me, when I really look at the things I thought were choices, even though I felt like, oh, shall I go this way or that way or this way or that way or this way or that way, there was always a way that I was going to go. I can see that now. And now I see it in each moment that there's not really a choice. There's not really a decision that's being made, even though the mind thinks there is. The mind thinks it's making a choice. But that doesn't make it so. I haven't fully, I was going to say, wrapped my head around it. It can't really be known from the mind. There are moments where that becomes clear and clarified for me, and I would be able to explain that better when in those moments. That's not this moment. I notice I have different levels of clarity about different things in different moments, and I wish that the clarity remained when I, have embodied or integrated an understanding. I wish it stayed, but it doesn't seem to be doing that. I can't control it. Again, like, just because I want something doesn't make it so. Choice. My choice would be that once I've integrated an understanding, it would stay. But that's not the experience. And why is that the preference? Why would that be wanted? I don't know, because it makes me better somehow, because I have a better experience somehow. So natural for the body mind to want a better experience, perhaps. But that's okay too. It's okay to want things, and it's okay not to get them. It's no different. It's just also what's happening. There's nothing other than this. All the thoughts. All the emotions, they are just happening. They don't mean anything. Nothing doesn't mean anything. I don't know that. It's the sense I get sometimes. It's also what teachers that I watch say. There's a part of me that notices I am parroting what other people are saying now, and therefore there's a slight ickiness about that, because I also know that I'm saying this without full embodied, integrated knowing. So I kind of don't want to say it, but it's coming out anyway. But it feels important to be honest about that, because some people talk about non-duality or some of these ideas, concepts, and they sound like ideas and concepts. And then other people talk about them, but they don't sound like ideas and concepts. They sound like an experience. It's more than an experience. It's a knowing. It's just a seeing of life, an awareness of what is. And I don't know what words to use, but I don't want anyone to think that I'm sat here talking about these things, non-duality, spirituality, the understanding about the world, from a place of fully embodied enlightenment or non-dual understanding, or I don't know, any of those things. Like, I'm not pretending like I really know. That's not it here. I've just listened, and I like talking about it, and you're here, and there's a perceived shift often, so if you stick around, maybe you'll see the shift and hear the shift. But it's not. Some of this is parroted. It's copied. It's been heard, and it's making sense to my mind, or just as I experience things dropping away, beliefs dropping away, things I hold on to, attachments dropping away, ideas about how I and the world is, then I understand some of these things better, but not from the mind. And then in moments like this, I come on and make a video and I talk about it, and I'm not in that moment, because I'm in the moment, this moment. Just thinking, I'm testing how real I can be, because I really need to go inside because I gotta poop. Can I say that I need to poop? I do. Yeah, I'm gonna save the other thing I wanted to say for another video. The place that I'm in at the moment, and how that impacts everything that I say and do, and how I feel so clouded in my ability to see how life really is because of this big chunky filter that is on the world, that is here. Yeah, it's here. Okay, that's for next time. Hope this was useful. Drop any thoughts, any ideas, any musings. I like to chat, see what you think, see what you feel in the comments. See you next time.